Hi everyone, good morning. Hope so everyone is doing great. Hi Milana, hi Krishna. Very good morning. Chaliye, let us start with the class. Abhi recently when we are actually discussing this live session related to the current affair, recently your Supreme Court again taken the case of your stray dogs. There is a hearing which is going on the stray dogs in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that earlier it was said that all the dogs will be actually from the Delhi and Delhi NCR will be taken to the shelter homes, will be neutralized, and after that they will not going to be released, because of which there was a protest which was going on in Delhi from last basically 10 to 14 days. But now today Supreme Court has said that we will take these dogs, stray dog, to the shelter home, but we will release them after neutralizing. But there is a condition: if any of the dog is suffering from any kind of disease, like it could be rabies dog or any XYZ kind of disease, then dog will not be released. That is a very strict condition which has been put up by your Supreme Court. Now, secondly, there is one more saying: if anyone, when you are the teams of basically these dogs, the government authorities will going to basically pick up these dogs, stray dogs from the streets, then if any individual, if try to stop these authorities, then they have to give fine of approx 20 to 25,000, or if any NGO tries to pay, like stop the process of this neutralizing, then they have to basically pay fine of approx 2 lakh. So this is also made very clear by the Supreme Court that if you will going to try to stop the authorities from neutralizing these stray dogs, to keep the track of these stray dogs, then you will be paid, then you have to pay fine to the authorities, because we are actually now we are putting now the provision of putting them back again into keeping them in shelter home has been removed. They will be basically released in the street, but if anyone will going to come in between the process of this neutralizing, then they have to pay the fines, and government actions and basically the all legal actions can be taken again against them. Now this is also very important. Another important thing which is said by the Supreme Court, that this decision will not only applicable to Delhi and Delhi NCR. This decision will be applicable to all over territories of the India. That means wherever in India, like including your Lakshadweep and Andaman, all territories means including your Lakshadweep and Andaman, this particular order or this particular law or this particular decision which has been passed by Supreme Court will be implemented. So yes, it's a positive news for those who are a dog lover, and it is also good ki theek hai bhai, also from the dog's perspective, because there was lack of shelter home. This was the data which was showing, but because we can't also neglect the number of diseases which are in the number of deaths which are increasing because of the rabies. So we have already discussed what is the law, what is rabies, and different aspects related to this stray dog. But now today the new judgment has been came onto the platform, that is Supreme Court. Abhi recent mein you can hear the verdict, like by afternoon you will get the clear picture of this particular verdict, that ki yes, number one, they will be basically picked up by these authorities, corporation authorities, but after neutralizing, after injecting, they will be released back to their own places. ऐसा नहीं कि कहीं पे भी जाके छोड़ देंगे. That dogs will be actually released on the same place where they have been picked up from. Second, for example, the dogs which are suffering from any disease or rabies, that will not be released. And during this process, if again anyone try to stop the authorities, either individual or NGO, if individual, then that they have to pay approx 20 to 25,000 of fine, and if NGO, then they have to pay approx 2 lakhs of the fine. This is what actually clearly said by your Supreme Court recently. Abhi the hearing is going on. Now yesterday was a parliament end of the monsoon session of the parliament, so there are important laws which has been came into the platform. Every day we will discuss 2 to 3 articles, so that by next week we can complete all the particularly bills which were presented. Which of the following bills has been passed? So first we will start with 2 important bills today. One is your 130th ordinary bill, amendment bill, which has been initiated, and another one is related to online gaming. Now, Constitutional Amendment Act. Recently Constitution 130th bill, I'm not talking about Act, I'm talking about 130th Amendment Bill 2025 was introduced in Lok Sabha and subsequently referred to a joint parliamentary committee following the intense opposition protest. Now, what does this 130th Amendment Bill says? First of all, in our constitution, in our particular system, in our parliamentary system, MPs and MLAs are criminals. First of all, according to the report of Parliament, on an average 45% of the MPs, they are having charges, criminal charges against them, and on an average 20 to 25% of the MPs, they have a serious criminal charges, that is of rape, extortion and these kind of stuff. So we know that whatever the people which are sitting there in Parliament, a good number of people, they are having a criminal background, and if proved, then definitely they are a criminal. Like we also know some of the person who are actually criminal and who are sitting in the Parliament, who are sitting in the legislative assemblies, but the bill is actually related to the same. Before that, in our constitution, in our constitution, there was no such provision which was related to, originally there was no such provision which was related to your jail वेल से related कि कोई MP के against if there are this kind of charges or have been given punishment of this much year for the jail, तो क्या उसको election लड़ने का authority है? That was not clear. But after amendment, Representation of People Act came into existence in 1951 and 52, and after this Representation of People Act amendment, after this bringing this act in the system, it is said that कि anyone can contest election अगर उसको सुप्रीम कोर्ट से, अगर उसको किसी भी पर्टिकुलर कोर्ट से 2 साल से ज़्यादा की सज़ा ना मिली हो तो. That means कि if let's say I have committed some crime, but it is said that कि मुझे like I have given punishment of 2 years and 2 years less, then I can contest election. But if I have given punishment of more than 2 years, but then I can't contest election. But this is also a loophole. Majority of the people who are sitting in the Parliament and Legislative Assembly, they have done a serious and heinous crime, जिसका punishment is your basically lifetime imprisonment. But they are sitting in the system. But now, surprisingly, this particular initiative has been taken. Yes, Krishna, I have said that ki I will make 2 specific classes. One is for the everything which is important from Viksit Bharat 2047, because it is continuously in news, and Viksit Bharat in different fields, like from economic perspective, agriculture, aqua, like from every perspective, what are the targets of Viksit Bharat? I will discuss that also. And number 2, all the specific acts like Mines Act, and then is your again we will discuss these acts which we are discussing here. So ya to in the class only, ya fir individually videos will be made on the channel, and you will get the link. We will discuss every particular act individually in a detail with all the ifs and buts. ठीक है Krishna? Okay. Now, so there was a provision till it now, but now they have said that if any of the individual, if any of the parliament member, he has been charged for any offence for crime up to 5 years, and he is actually, let's say I am sitting in the parliament and like I have committed some crime, and the authority said that कि मेरा जो होगा I will be punished for let's say 5 years तक का मेरा punishment रहेगा. But if I am sitting in the parliament, so I will have a day of like I will have a days 30 days 31 days approx in the system to prove that कि भैया I am not a criminal, and to prove the authorities कि I am not criminal और ये charges मेरे से हटा दीजिए. But if I am not able to prove that thing, then on the 31st day I have to resign from my seat. Let us read. The bill introduced mechanism to remove ministers who are in jail for a serious offences. Number 1, if a minister is arrested and held in custody for 30 consecutive days for an offence punishable with 5 years or more imprisonment, they will lose their position. ठीक है. The president will going to, like if in MLA perspective, the president acting on the advice of chief minister must remove the minister by the 31st day of custody. The moment it turned to be 31st day, that minister will be removed from legislative assembly, and the moment it turned out to be 31st day in a parliament, that minister will be basically have to remove and have to resign from your parliament. That is, he have to resign the seat of member of parliament. But president has authority, but president can basically will act only on the advice of a prime minister. So president ka to again, president is just a rubber stamp, but major decision will be taken by prime minister of the country. So this is positive also, and this is a negative also, because if this has been seriously implemented, our parliament and assemblies will be empty. So there will be a situation that we have to conduct elections again. So this is one of the Most probably by Monday beta. Viksit Bharat 2047. There is a goal, like when we cover, when we end, like when we finish our 100th year of independence, so we have a whole plan for that, that is known as Viksit Bharat 2047. And currently there is also going, like it is also part of your Viksit Bharat, that is known as Amrit Kal, Bharat ka Amrit Kal. So the 25 years bracket of achieve, like going towards that 2047, so we have dedicated this whole 25 years as Bharat ka Amrit Kal. So we'll discuss everything beta, Ritik. Okay, so this is what act says that. Now what are the if and buts of the act? If no advice is given by the ministers, agar pehle to advice of the prime minister, advice of the president, advice of the chief minister is required. If no such advices has been given, so what? So if no such advices have been given, then automatically on the 31st day you have to resign. That means the member of parliament and legislative has to resign. So if no advice given, the minister automatically ceases to hold the office. But there is also a kind of a if and but is there. The minister can be reappointed. So ऐसा नहीं कि if you have resigned तो appointment ही नहीं होगा. If you have proved the authorities, if you prove the particular, you have shown the proof कि ठीक है, these are fake charges or this is this, like if all धांधलेबाजी has been done. So if you say that now I am clean, then they will say okay guys, you can be reappointed. So there is also provision of reappointment, because the government which is passing the bill, a majority and a good number of their MPs will also be basically in jail, or they will be also out of parliament if this has been seriously implemented. So it's not only problem for the opposition. If seriously implemented, the people within the central government, the people within the majority party can also be like it will also lead them outside the parliament and legislative assemblies. So that is the concern. But yes, if it is positively implemented, we are waiting for the implementation, but still it is just a bill, not has been properly become an act. So however, the bill allows reappointment once minister is released from the custody. PM must advise president to remove such a minister by 31st day. So president is the authority, but on advice of whom? That is a prime minister. So major decision making authority is your Pradhan Mantri and prime minister. And recently prime minister is in Bengal. So he is in visit in Bengal and basically Bihar. Bihar mein elections are around the corner, and Bengal mein the elections are next year. So a 52,000 crore investment has been made in Bengal for the development. Today only he is inaugurating the metro line also of the Kolkata of the West Bengal. Bihar mein he has given fund, and he has given money for the infrastructure of developing both Gaya, that is Gaya, one of the ritual place from our historical perspective also, because of both Buddhism, and it is also important because Hinduism mein the Pinddan and Shraddh process is done in your Gaya only. So from both perspective, the Gaya is very important because it also attract international tourists from Korea, Myanmar and different countries where Buddhism is followed. Plus it is also hub for the Hindus where they go for the Shraddh of their ancestors or Pinddan karte hain. So Gaya mein investment has been done, Vaishali mein investment has been done. Why? Because elections are around the corner. But the positive thing is, because in this election process only, the development projects are started. But yes, political angle is there, but that is not something which is important from our perspective. What is important for us, ki what are the infrastructure and development is going on, because UPSC asks us that in prelims and mains. That is more important. Hope so the objectives and the key features of this act is clear. Now objective is so that we can ensure that any individual who is actually present in the parliament is not suspicious, or it is actually fully loyal to the constitution, very pure. But at the end of the day, no one is pure in the constitution. Everyone is like I'm not generalizing it with everyone, but yes, if parliament itself says and different authorities and organizations says that yes, this number, this percentage of your parliamentarians and this percent of the legislators who are sitting in the system, they are corrupt and they have criminal charges. Atiq Ahmed was actually a criminal who has been encountered in UP. He was actually MP also in 2004 and he was MLA in UP mein. So just see these Bahubalis and the people who are from criminal backgrounds, they are actually the person who are holding the political system. So how your system will going to work? So what is the objective? Is to ensure ministers holding high constitutional offices remain beyond suspicion. Yani ki bhai, if you have been given a good authority, then you should kept outside of such suspicions. Protect constitutional morality, good governance and public trust. This is the key term. If UPSC asks you any questions related to that, exactly, very, may I think that they are put in the bill to the safeguard the minister of the, exactly beta, it's a, tabhi to we will discuss all the if and buts, but I need detailed time for that. Here we are discussing just a live perspective. To protect constitution, these are the keywords. Please, if UPSC asks you question, please make sure you're not missing these keywords: constitutional morality, good governance and public trust, because it is equally important from good governance perspective, because this is one of the step which is moving, which will make us move towards your good governance. Now, the third objective is basically to prevent misuse of office by ministers under custody for serious criminal charges. But sad part of the system is that everyone is actually during, like, because of this bill, they are actually targeting the opposition leader, that is your Congress ka, you can understand. I can't say the names on these live platforms or these platforms, but they are actually want to target that individual because he is actually actively working on the ground. Halaki the result is not in favor of that party, but actually he work in ground, people get associated, so he is responsible of cutting a good number of votes. So if you are putting such bills or such basically acts in the system, it is majorly they will protect their people, but it will be a bad, it will have a bad impact on the opposition. So that is also the main aim. So, but from here, what is important? 3 articles will be involved in this particular act. By this particular, if this bill pass, article number 75, article number 164 and article number 239 AA. The article number 239 AA is basically related to your Delhi. So it means that it also extend to Delhi Legislative Assembly. So it is also applicable to Delhi. If Delhi ki legislative assemblies mein, if there are people who are having such criminal backgrounds and who are sitting in the system, this particular bill will also applicable to that. That is under Article 239 AA. Then Article 164, all the CMs and state MLAs, they are also under this purview, but this is also important that PM is also under this act. PM is not exempted, PM is not alienated, PM, abhi tak to there is a stuff. Once, let's see, once the bill will pass, when it will properly become an act, we will see what are the provisions. But till here they have said that union minister, including the prime minister, must resign. Waise to this is the quality of the act also. But union minister, including the prime minister, must resign or are deemed removed by 31st day of detention. Reappointment is released, like reappointment is applicable, but if this particular charges, if not proved by the authorities, then including prime minister and all the union minister, they are also not exempted, they are not also exception of this. So they also have to resign if it is proved that yes, you guys are also part of any XYZ crime. So this is also one of the positive news. उन्होंने बोला भाई हम भी नहीं है. Even the head of the country, he is also basically executive head of the country, he is also basically part of under this, he is also under this preview, she is also under this preview. So we will make sure कि भैया सब में equality रहे. So these 3 articles are associated with this. So this is one of the first act which we see. Now, online gaming. Online gaming is actually increasing a craze in our country, and government is coming up with different kind of initiative to promote online gaming, because a good number of youngsters, the Gen Z, are involved in this online gaming. But the positive part is that people are involved in gaming, they are participating in international gaming competitions. Wave Summit was actually held by the country to promote this online gaming in our country. But on the other side of this online gaming is online betting. That means majority of the individuals are also involved in illegal kind of crime which is related to it. It could be online betting or any kind of a sports where you are investing or where you are putting your money, and that money is at risk. ठीक है. So government has said that under this online gaming we will going to basically promote online gaming, no doubt. जो genuine online gaming है उन पे कोई effect नहीं पड़ेगा. E-sports games are also exempted from some of the e-sports जहाँ पे पैसा या सट्टा नहीं लगाया जाता है. That will be exempted from this, but a good number of games which are involved for online betting, which is involved in such particular crimes, online games, that will be kept under this particular game. That means that they are asked to basically remove, or they are asked to stop, or they will take action on such games. So this is one of the major purpose of this online gaming bill which has been passed. So Lok Sabha has passed the promotion and regulation of online gaming bill. So you can see it, both the terms are mentioned here, promotion and regulation. That means they will also promote the online gaming and they will also regulate the online gaming which is working on this, or which is actually promoting betting in our country. So Lok Sabha has passed the promotion and regulation of online gaming bill 2025, banning real money gaming. That means where real money is involved, such as fantasy sports and card games. The bill aimed to address the financial, psychological and social harm caused by the addictive platforms, because according to NCRB data, a good number of people are dying, are committing suicide. Why? Because they have lost a good number of money, they have lost a lot of money on such platforms. Okay? That's why we are also working on psychological, we are also working from the social harms which is actually done by these games in the current perspective. So the bill seeks to prohibit the online money, real money games where real money is involved. The key terms, you should always remember the key terms. If you're not aware of the side ka whatever if and but if you remember the keywords of any particular bill, act, initiative, then if you only write keywords in the paper, it will going to give you edge marks. And only keywords are this in like whenever there is a statement based questions which are asked in paper, they are only playing with the keywords. So make sure you are aware of all the keywords which are involved in any act, scheme, initiative, bill, anything. So it prohibits online real money games where user deposit money from monetary returns कि भैया इतना you will invest and इतना if you will apply or इतना you will basically involve the money in this system or game, you will get a double money or triple money. So that kind of games will be prohibited. Aim to balance the prohibition of harmful money games with the promotion of esports. There are some particular apps which are actually promoting esports. There are various Dream 11. You must have heard about the Dream 11. Time to time, Dream 11 has been banned by the government, but they pay a good number of money in crores, and then again they can see on the platform, and different versions of this game has been seen in the platform. But now we are also saying if you are playing these esports for entertainment purpose, then it's okay. If there is no risk of money, then it's okay. But if any of the esports, if risk of money is involved, then definitely that will be banned in our system under this online act. So aim to balance the prohibition of harmful money games with the promotion of e-sport as a creative and recreational sector, and a proper body, a statutory body will be set up to look after specifically the matters related to online gaming. अभी कुछ दिन पहले कुछ महीने पहले your prime minister has given award to all the YouTubers who are doing great in their respective fields. Like your Ranveer Alabadia was also there. Unfortunately, his bad time starts from there. But Ranveer Alabadia, and then there is a podcaster. There is one more podcaster, very serious kind of podcast he's doing. Then from gaming sector, Malhan, there is a Malhan family vlogs is also there. So exactly I'm not getting the name of that individual. So he was also basically promoted for the gaming. 2-3 these kind of YouTubers has been awarded for the online gaming also. So from there also it was a clear message that we are not against the online gaming. If individual is playing online gaming in a positive sense, then okay, we are okay with it, so that we will going to promote your gaming. But if you are doing irregularities or illegal stuffs on these online platforms, then that will be banned. That is the part of the system. Plus from that award system, it was also showed that कि भैया yes, we will also recognize these YouTubers, but the YouTubers which are doing the positive works. And recently YouTube and the authorities has also banned those channels, and Instagram has banned those channels who are basically using AI for making money. AI based videos. This was earlier, this was problem of Europe, because in Europe it was found that more than 3,000 or more than 5,000 जो Instagram जो particularly channels थे, they were AI generated. There was a girl who were making a gym videos, so it seems to be real videos, but after search and regulation, and she was having 321k followers, but after research and analysis, it was found that this is a AI. This is not a real person. So these fake AI kind of videos has been found not only in international perspective but also in India. That's why YouTube and different authority has said that if individual is having channel related to AI as in कि जहाँ पे the individual or model is AI, not a real person, not a real authority is involved, then that channels will not be monetized. So this will come also under your Online and IT Protection Act, where you are trying to protect the other particular YouTubers or other individuals who are involved in such games. So this is also one kind of a positive step which you will see. So statutory body will be developed which will going to look after only things related to this. So what is the key provisions of the bill? Ban on the real money gaming. First we have already discussed. जिसमें डायरेक्ट डिपॉजिट रिटर्न सिस्टम इज इन्वॉल्व. ऑल द फैंटेसी लीग गेम्स, कार्ड गेम्स, गैम्बलिंग लाइक मॉडल्स विल बी रिजेक्टेड. ई स्पोर्ट्स विल बी ऑथोराइज, यानी कि ई स्पोर्ट्स होगा. This is not a complete ban on esports. Some esports will be there, but some esports which are actually involved in this betting वगैरह will not be under this system. What is the aim of this particular bill? Is one of the major aim is to prevent individuals from social and psychological harms, because it has been seen that the majority of the kids, specifically kids who are involved in this gaming sectors, who are involved in such gaming, they are now actually behaving like that characters. They are now, their nature has become aggressive. There is a psychological thing can be found in the individual, with the kids of our country, and this is not only problem of us but it is also problem of the world. Ki they have started acting aggressively. They are starting acting like, abhi I am sitting here, let's say I am a 9 or 10-year-old kid, abhi I am playing, let's say, any of the game like PUBG खेलते. This is one of the famous game of famous played game. So I'm playing PUBG, I have become aggressive, maro ye karo. So now individual have started acting. Abhi normally I'm not having any phone, I'm not having any system near me, तो अब I'm acting like ऐसे करके. This is something like it has become part of my body. My psychological thing is always acting in that way. That is the concern. One of the rare of the case which we can see recently in South India only, the 9-year child has started acting like a anime character. So he was kept under observation कि भैया, in normal situation also he was acting like a anime character, and he started talking to himself that ऐसे कर दूंगा, वैसे I will kill that person. This kind of psychology has been become. So he's under observation. Government, the hospital and the parents are concerned, and he's under observation. They are working on the psychological condition of that kid. So the psychological effect, specifically the Gen Zs, according to the studies, these Gen Zs want to earn money as soon as possible. Halaki this is a normal behavior, but they want to earn money as soon as possible, and for that they are ready to do any kind of illegal stuffs as well. So that is the concern. That's why we want to save these particular individuals and youngsters from any kind of fraudulent or any kind of cyber frauds or economic harms, of which addiction that can lead to suicide, fraud or financial losses. So this is the main concern of such initiative. Now one more important thing, Indian Army has initiated exercise Samanvay Shakti 2025 in Tinsukia district of Assam. Now majority of the time whenever we see these military exercises, we think we do these military exercises only with the XYZ countries, but this is not true. Recently your exercise Samanvay Shakti 2025 was held in Tinsukia, Assam, among the our defense forces only. So no XYZ country was not involved. It was actually between the people and the authorities and the defense services of our own country. So if UPSC ask any question related to that, कि recently exercise Samanvay Shakti 2025 seen in news is between India and Sri Lanka, India and let's say Tajikistan, India and Armenia, and India and the authorities of India. So majority of the time we say कि यार exercises are something which we are doing with different countries. So India and Indian authorities will not be answered. So you will, chances are very high, if you're not aware, you will mark it wrong. But the thing is that this exercise Samanvay Shakti 2025 is actually among the Indian forces in India. So proper military civil integration exercise has been done for 10 days and in Tinsukia district of Assam, and the aim is to how we can counter the problem of insurgency in your northeast, how we can improve on the security, border security. So all the different departments, intelligence agencies, person were actually part of this individual military exercise which has been held in Assam. Participation: Indian Army, Indian Air Force, district administration, police, intelligence agencies, NDRF, SDRF, medical officials, border road organization, GREF, railway education institutions, security officials from Oil India, then IOCL and Coal India, along with the representatives of local media. That means कि everyone was there. That's why if UPSC asks you कि भैया this is an exercise with any XYZ country, answer is no. It is an exercise within all the important authorities of our country, including the local media, including the industries, oil related industry, including the medical officials, NDRF, SDRF, and you will see every particular authority which is involved, like they are responsible for maintaining peace in northeast. Why? Army, Air Force and तो is there because of the security concern from your क्या बोलते हैं चेन्नई कह रही हूँ, China. Police is there, intelligence authorities are working on this because of the China and Bangladesh and Myanmar border. Then NDRF, SDRF is always there. Why? Because the northeast is highly prone to disasters, also natural disasters, man-made disaster. Medical officials, because time to time because of emergency, insurgency, and time to time because of the attacks, and there is a mutbhed between your authorities and insurgent. There is a situation where majority of the people are suffering from this. Border road organization. Why BRO? Because we are very close to northeast is sharing border with four international countries. That is also important. Railways, because we want to improve infrastructure here, in educational, and all the authorities which you will see which are present here, they are having a good having a very important role to play in the northeast specific region. So that's why this exercise is very important from maintaining security also, and also from the international perspective. Now this is also one of the important news. India recently carried out a successful launch of Agni 5 ballistic missile under the command of Strategic Force Command. This is not first time which we are successfully launching this. Earlier also we have tested this Agni 5 series. So that means कि Agni 5 में अब it is Agni 5. That means there should be Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4 and Agni 5. So all the Agni series missiles are very important from examination perspective. Now let us see what are the characteristics of this Agni 5 series. One of the major and important perspective is that कि अगर I am launching this Agni 5 series from here, Agni 5 missile from here, that means by sitting just here, I can hit Europe, I can hit Russia. That means it's a intercontinental ballistic missile with range of approx 5,000 to 5,500. That is 5,500. This is the range of this Agni 5 missile. So this is one of the India's intercontinental ballistic missile. So this is a very positive kind of a development which we have done. कि भैया just by sitting here we can hit the target in the different continent and the country which is actually in the range of 5,000 to 5,500 kilometers. So this is one of the positive thing which you will see. So Agni 5 is the India's longest range ballistic missile classified as intercontinental ballistic missile. ICBM, and only few countries are part of this ICBM. Who are the countries? Let me show you. Russia, USA, China. So this ICBM club mein there are only few countries and India is part of this, have become part of this, with USA, Russia, China, UK, France and North Korea. Only these countries, ICBM, that is Intercontinental Ballistic Missile ka, there is a club, we say that this is a club, only few countries are in this particular club, and India, along with the superpowers, along with the developed countries, we are also the one, being a developing country, we are also part of this particular club. So this is very important. So Agni 5 is India's longest range ballistic missile, which you will see, and we are also part of this ICBM class developed by DRDO. Yesterday only ISRO ka bhi has been press release has been done ki how ISRO has also helped basically helped in Operation Sindoor. What is the contribution of ISRO, how ISRO is working forward with the government for the satellite and the different studies. Plus it is also important because Operation Sindoor now finally will be added in your NCRTs. That means ki now individuals who are at the students who are actually in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, when they come forward, when they actually go to the further classes, they will study about Operation Sindoor in their NCRT's book. So this is also one of the positive initiative which you will see. NCRT is also in news because of 2-3 reasons. Because of that Shivaji Maharaj wala issue, Maratha Empire wala issue, because it has been not taught properly according to constitution, so we have tried to implement that also. Secondly, 9th class NCRT open book assessment test, so that we can actually increase the analytic thinking of individual of the students of 9th class and end the rote learning culture, that is ratta wala culture. And the third thing which you can see, Operation Sindoor will be added in your NCRTs. So NCRT or NCRT related questions can be asked, chances are there, something from Maratha Empire can be asked, or something which is related to Operation Sindoor, so not directly but indirectly related to the defense and technology, chances are there question can be asked. But mains mein chances are high ki question will be there from Operation Sindoor ka, या फिर directly chances are there कि Operation Sindoor से question will be there in mains also. Now Agni 5 series which you will see. So I was talking about this only, कि just by sitting here we can launch, we can actually attack on till your Russia ka this part, ठीक है, Africa, this parts of your Africa, Madagascar, here till your Indonesia and China, and to some extent you can see Japan tak, no, I'm not saying about Japan and some part of Japan tak we can basically affect your, we can by sitting just here we can launch this Agni 5 missile till this area. So this is the range. So what is the range is your 5000, that is 5500 to 5800 kilometer, approx 5000 of kh, length is approx 7.5 meter, diameter. These are some characteristics. 3-stage solid engine, and Agni ke bare mein they have talked about. Successfully it has been tested from where? Abdul Kalam Island of Odisha coast. Earlier also it was tested. Again we have successfully launched and tested. About time to time we test these exercises just to make sure that things are working properly or not. Now category surface to surface missile. Abhi it's not surface to air, ठीक है, so it's a surface to surface, एक honest average temperature will launch from here and it will going to hit on the surface only, so that is known as surface to surface missile. With a nuclear capable ballistic missile है, 3-stage है, solid fuel missiles with road, rail and mobile launch capability. That means it can be launched from road also, rail also, and it is movable also. कहीं पे move करके if you have then launched the missile, then it is also easy to launch this missile. That means the launching process is very easy. That in future if I wish ऐसी situation arise ना हो, but if in future such situation arises, the various modes can be used for launching of such missiles. Now what is the significance? Number one, we have all officially we have become, this made us to be the part of ICBM club. ICBM club, that means a very limited countries have this intercontinental ballistic missile, and India has become part of this. That is USA, Russia, China, UK, France and North Korea. सबसे पहले it will also, secondly it will going to boost India's no first use policy. We have a very clear policy on international perspective कि we will not going to use first any missile or any nuclear weapon. But bro, if you have basically instigate us, if you have basically ignited us, then definitely we will also not going to leave you. So we have a policy of no first use. It will boost the policy of no first use. Like majority of the time we say कि majority of the time country says कि no first use इसलिए बोल रहे हैं क्योंकि इनके पास अपना system develop नहीं है. So we are saying we are actually in a favor of no first use, but that doesn't mean we don't have a system. We have a system. We have a very developed system. But bro, we believe in peace because we are a Gandhi ka desh. So this is kind of our international perspective, but yes, it will also going to boost your no first use policy, which is our nuclear weapon policy, which is our weapon policy. But now we are in a very clear state of mind. If anyone instigate us, if anyone try to basically start a war against us, then definitely we will also not stop to attack in retaliation. Or if we thought कि someone is actually in a position to attack us, we can use that first also. So, but majority no first use, but in our situation, depends on situation to situation, we can change our policy as well. So it will geopolitical impact. Now everyone say abhi kya hai na ki we let's say you have achieved your your UPSC examination, you have cleared your UPSC examination. So everyone say वाह यार फलाने का बेटा ने तो एकदम पेपर ही क्लियर कर लिया. Look at the son of Mr. Sharma, look at the son of Mr. Thakur. So these kind of things will be said. Now same for India. Now geopolitical impact has been increased. Everyone is saying look at India, despite being a developing country, despite being lot of if and buts, still they have developed your intercontinental missile. That's why we are invited in your different international organizations where majority of the countries are not even cared. Okay, so we are actually become prominent in why every international organization, why any important meeting is not fulfilled without India, is because we have developed that role, we have developed that technology, we have developed that our respect कि भैया you should call me because we are also one of the prominent figure in international relations or meeting. That is the positive stuff. So global political impact. We are also, it will also help us to counter the Chinese का intercontinental missile, USA का intercontinental missile. So we are also having a geopolitical impact, plus technological का we have also gained a technological, we have understood the game of technology also कि ठीक है अभी भी we are dependent on some countries for some technology, but धीरे धीरे you will see in future majority of the defense equipments will be made in our own country. So we are a जुगाड़ू country with a good technology. That is the positive thing which you will see. Now let us discuss in short about Agni 1, 2, 3 and 4. So Agni 1, what is the range? 700 to 1200 km, short range single stage solid fuel missile. Agni 2, 2000 to 2500 kilometers, yeah 2500 km, two stage solid fuel road and rail mobile. Agni 3, 3000 to 3500 kilometers, two-stage nuclear capable, designed for deeper penetration. Agni 4, 3500 to 4000 kilometer, advanced composite material, improve the navigation system. So these are the 4 series of Agni missile, and the 5th one we have discussed in detail. Now this is also very positive news. अब पता नहीं, I have just get an idea. I was just going through some articles and I get this article, and you how much depth drive you can do. This is also important. For example, you can see an article. Student from Odisha's Malkhangiri district has made history by becoming the first member of DIDAI. DIDAI is basically a particularly vulnerable tribal group, that is PVTG, to clear NEET 2025. This is not something which is important from UPSC perspective, but what is here, the article is not important, but what is important for us is the tribe, that is DIDAI tribe. So DIDAI tribe becomes important for us from this article, because DIDAI is a part of your particularly vulnerable tribal group. The particularly vulnerable group of tribal or tribal group is basically status given to those tribes in our country which are more backward, which are less developed, which are less educated, the facilities are not there, and which are more more indigenous and which are not more developed, they are not even ready to open with the other part of the society. So they believe that we want to preserve our culture, and for preserving our culture we don't want to basically connect with the exterior world. So these are the tribes, specifically these are the tribes and which have a very limited number, limited development, limited number, they believe in protecting their culture and authorities. These are known as particularly vulnerable tribal groups in our country, and there are 75 particularly vulnerable group of tribes, and maximum number of PVGT tribes can be seen in Odisha, and Odisha ki hi Didai tribe ka one of the girls, she has become the first to clear the NEET examination. So that means ki development is taking place. People from these tribes are coming out for the development perspective. So you can see this is the very recent photo of Didai tribe. So you can see ki bhaiya still they follow their authentic culture. The ornaments which they are wearing is actually something which is actually representing their indigenous culture, representing their actually individuality. So this is, you can see from here ki still they follow their culture. So what is Didai tribe? They are also known as Didai people, Didai tribe. They are a part of your Odisha's particularly vulnerable group of tribe. In Odisha mein there are on an average 13 particularly vulnerable group of tribes. So indigenous tribal community residing in your Malkhanjgiri district of Odisha, known as Didai people or Didia tribe. It is out of Odisha's 13 PVGT tribes, that is particularly vulnerable group of tribes. They belong to Proto-Asteroid racial, and the language is also something which is related to this. Society is still patriarchal. Why we have mentioned about the society? Why? Because majority of the tribes which are present in your northeast and some tribe in your south and some in Rajasthan, the society ka the setup hai, the structure is not patriarchal, it's matriarchal. That means the female part is actually the highest decision making authority. She is the center of decision. So that is the point. But here it is a Didia tribe is a patriarchal society, and the decisions are taken by the elder people of the house and the community. So still there is a culture, the elders of the, it is believed that these particular tribal people believe that the elderly people or the buzurg people are the right one, they have experience, so they will decide good for the community and they will decide good for the individuals also. So that thing can be seen. Patriarchal, their religious beliefs are rooted in animism with a deep relevance of the natural world. Animism, that means they still believe in the nature and nature God. Abhi koi specific gods are not there, that's why the people who are belonging to such tribes in your Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal and parts of Odisha, they are demanding for Sarna code. Sarna as a new religion. Sarna is a religion which says that we don't believe in any god idols, we don't believe in this kind of a world. We believe that the nature is our god, the tree is our god, the jungle and forest is our god. So and all the practices which we are practicing, religious practices of ours, is not suitable. We don't come under Hindu code bill. So we need our separate religious code, that is a Sarna code. But we are in a state, we can't say that ki bhai, yes, there are a lot of religions which are followed in our country, so we have summarized them under your Hindu Act, Hindu religious code. But if we start giving religious code to different like if let's say we have given this code to Sarna, but the population of people following Sarna is very low as compared to the people who are following the major religion. So that's why the Sarna part has been included in Hindu religious code bill. But now these individual religions, they are asking for a separate religion, but it is not possible. If we are giving this status to one religion, then there are more than 100 communities which are asking for a separate religious code. So a proper law system related to marriages, divorce, related to property will need to be amended. That's why we are saying that guys, you are under Hindu religious code. Some exceptions according to your religion will be made, but abhi we are not in a mood to give you a separate religion. That's the concept. But yes, they also follow the deep relevance. They have a natural world. They actually worship the basically environment. They worship the forest. Live in small remote areas. Elderly people often in the eastern ghats of hill. Village tradition, elders will settle their dispute. Houses are typically hut built on mud walls and bamboo. So bamboo is used. Primary occupation is basically around agriculture, hunting, gathering and fishing. So this is basically the normal culture of your traditional culture of your Didia tribe. So that's all for today. Hope so you have enjoyed the session. Hope so this was an informative session. Yes, we will discuss about Viksit Bharat. Yes, we will try to make a separate video on the bills, mine and different bills which has been passed, Jan Vishwas bill. If not, then we will actually take two acts like next week, Viksit Bharat, and two bills and bills which has been presented in the parliament. We will discuss those bills in detail. Like half of our will be dedicated to one bill, and we'll make sure that by the next week we cover all the important bills. And if not, we will make a separate video on the channel. Go through the videos, you will understand the concept. That's all for today. Hope so you have enjoyed this session. Have a nice day and have a great day ahead. All the best.